Airplanes don't just crash out of nowhere. There's always a chain of events, often invisible, leading to every crash. But the horrifying footage from Brazil on August 9th feels like something straight out of a nightmare, leaving many people wondering, what really happened? Now, I usually wait for the final reports before covering accidents with fatalities, but I know a lot of you are nervous flyers, and the sheer volume of questions I've received has been overwhelming. So, in this video, we're diving into what those shocking clips don't show, explaining the basics and giving you some clarity on what might have gone wrong. On August 9th, 2024, an ATR 72-500 from Voa Pass Linhas Aéreas departed from Cascavel Adalberto Mendes da Silva Airport, bound for São Paulo. After a normal takeoff and climbing to 17,000 feet, ADS-B data showed a series of concerning events as the aircraft began a slow descent, then a rapid climb, followed by a terrifying plunge of up to 14,000 feet per minute. Tragically, the plane crashed into a residential area near Vinhedo, killing all 62 on board, though no ground casualties were reported. Despite erratic speed data throughout the flight, which had also appeared on previous flights, no emergency calls were made. The aircraft encountered severe icing conditions, forecasted between 12,000 and 21,000 feet, an area the ATR model has historically struggled with. While it's too early to speculate on the cause, we know ATR aircraft have faced similar challenges with icing, including the 1994 American Eagle Flight 4184 crash. These past events remind us how critical icing can be for aircraft like the ATR, which has a manual control system susceptible to icing-induced issues. As investigations continue, we'll have to wait for the official report, but understanding the factors at play offers insight into the complexity of such accidents. Icing has played a role in several aircraft accidents, including those involving the ATR, though it's rarely the sole cause. So you might be wondering why icing is particularly dangerous, especially for this aircraft? Well, ice builds up quickly on key aerodynamic surfaces like wings, engines, and flight controls, changing their shape unpredictably. This increases drag, reduces performance, and makes control difficult, especially in manually powered systems like the ATR's ailerons. Additionally, ice adds weight and can disrupt engine efficiency if it forms on propellers or fan blades. Aircraft are equipped with de-icing or anti-icing systems to mitigate this. Larger planes often use heated air from the engine to prevent or remove ice, while the ATR uses inflatable boots to break off ice after it forms. However, severe icing, where these systems can't keep up, poses a real threat. The ATR, known for its sensitivity to icing, has strict procedures for pilots to follow in moderate to severe conditions, but avoiding severe icing altogether remains crucial for any aircraft. The procedures for dealing with severe icing on an ATR include immediate actions to prevent dangerous loss of control. Pilots are instructed to increase airspeed by 30 knots above the icing bug, a red marker on their primary flight display. This is followed by setting max continuous thrust, adjusting power levels, and moving the condition levers to 100% to help shed ice from the propellers. However, if the aircraft has already accumulated significant ice or is too high to safely accelerate, a rapid descent may be necessary. This descent might need to be initiated without ATC clearance, as severe icing can quickly turn into an emergency situation. If pilots don't act swiftly, the ice can alter the aerodynamic surfaces, drastically increasing the stall speed. This makes the immediate speed increase vital, especially for the ATR. Now, a stall occurs when the wing's angle of attack exceeds the critical point, causing an abrupt loss of lift. Normally, this leads to the nose dropping and the aircraft regaining speed. However, the ATR's T-tail design introduces a unique risk. In a high angle of attack situation, disturbed airflow from the wings can affect the horizontal stabilizer, potentially causing it to stall, leading to a superstall, where the aircraft loses pitch control and continues descending uncontrollably. What we saw in the tragic footage from Brazil wasn't a superstall but a flat spin, a dangerous condition where the aircraft spins horizontally, often caused by an imbalance in lift. Flat spins are extremely difficult to recover from, especially in large aircraft like the ATR, and they share some characteristics with super stalls in terms of uncontrollability. To recover from a spin, pilots follow a precise set of steps. Power to idle, neutralize the ailerons, apply rudder opposite to the spin direction, and push the elevator forward. This technique helps reduce the rotation, allowing airspeed to build and lowering the angle of attack, which should eventually bring the aircraft out of the spin. Although this process consumes altitude, it's generally quick to execute. However, a flat spin is far more dangerous. In a flat spin, the aircraft spins around the yaw axis with a relatively high nose attitude, reducing airflow over control surfaces and making it much harder to regain control. This can occur from improper recovery procedures, such as using aileron input or increasing power, or due to a very aft center of gravity. For larger aircraft like an ATR or Boeing, recovering from a flat spin is even more challenging because their heavy engines create additional asymmetric thrust and gyroscopic forces, making rudder effectiveness minimal. Transport category aircraft aren't certified for spins due to these complications. During certification, drag chutes are sometimes used to halt uncontrollable spins, but these are not installed on operational aircraft. So now let's address the elephant in the room. How do we prevent this? The best defense is simple: awareness, training, and avoidance. Upset prevention and recovery training has been a cornerstone of pilot education for the last decade. This program trains pilots to recognize and react to aerodynamic upsets, ensuring they act quickly to prevent situations like stalls or spins. Both initial and recurrent pilot training focus heavily on stall recognition and recovery, particularly in large aircraft, where full stalls are to be avoided at all costs. Modern aircraft, including the ATR, come equipped with warning systems to alert pilots of impending stalls or performance issues, such as ice buildup. In aircraft susceptible to super stalls, like the ATR, stick pushers are also installed to physically lower the nose before reaching a critical angle of attack. Advanced fly-by-wire systems, like those on Airbus aircraft, don't even allow the aircraft to approach such dangerous conditions. As for the tragic event in Brazil, whatever led to the loss of control was likely a sequence of unfortunate, interconnected circumstances. The final report will shed light on the exact causes, but one thing is clear: multiple factors contributed to the devastating outcome. The footage shows the aircraft in a flat spin, and it's likely the pilots couldn't recover once this developed. We understand how unsettling this can be for nervous flyers. That's why offering explanations and support is something we love doing for our patrons, as they help us create content aimed at improving aviation safety. A preliminary report will likely take a month, with a full investigation taking up to 2 years. Once it's out, we'll release a detailed video on our channel, so don't forget to subscribe. Our thoughts are with the families of the 62 passengers and crew, and the people of Brazil who are deeply affected. Thank you for watching and staying informed. If you have any thoughts or questions about this incident, please leave a comment below. Your feedback is invaluable. Until